Hello. In this part of the video, I'd like to talk to you about the two big killers that'll stop a sale before you even get started. And that's distress selling and the best home in the neighborhood. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but let me explain. It'll make a lot more sense. First of all, distress selling is when you put your home on the market and immediately you take the very first offer that comes along, or you put your home on the market and it's been on the market for a long time and you take the very last offer. Okay, very first, very last, either or. It's all about emotions, and anytime you try and sell a property as a seller, it's hard to detach yourself from your emotions. However, it's something that you must absolutely do. There's different types of market conditions. For example, in the marketplace, if values are going up, then you can reach a little bit higher and put your price a little higher, because eventually at some point in time you're going to be right, just like a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Okay, so market conditions will play a major part in distress selling. If you're in a marketplace where values have been on the decline, then you don't want to put your property on the market too high, thinking that, well, let's wait and see, we can always come down, when in all actuality what's coming down are market values, and you're playing catch up. You started at 100,000, you should have been at 90, finally put it at 90, market value's at 80, you go to 80, should have been at 90, market goes. In other words, you're always catching up. Okay, and part of that is because many people think they have the best home in the neighborhood. And you know, everybody takes pride in their home, and I can understand that. However, when it comes to selling a property, you got to be real, very realistic. You got to know what's out there, what's the competition like. And once you've seen a couple of these homes that are for sale, you may very easily and very quickly come to realize that your house is not the best house in the neighborhood. And you know, it's something I don't say to offend anybody, but it got to be realistic, because if you're in a position where you think you have the absolute best home, that's going to reflect on the price. And if the price is unrealistic, and if it doesn't match the marketplace, then you're going to have a distress sale. Okay, one of the one word or a couple words that you probably heard, very famous words, and they've been going on for about 50, 60 years, is new car. Okay, everybody would like to have a new car at one time or another, and if you put your property on the market, or when you do, I should say, it's like a new car. It's just rolled out, and it's got a lot of interest. Okay, the longer that property stays on the market, the less interest there is. Do you ever see any cars with the same body style from 15 years ago saying, here, come and get excited about this? Henceforth, new car. It's the same thing with real estate. And after a while, if people see properties that have been on the market for any longer than 3 weeks, they begin to wonder, well, what's wrong with that property? It's not sold, it's still sitting there. There's got to be something wrong with it, and people will tend to stay away because they're looking for the next property, the new car, if you will. You know, I have a little chart here that shows, actually, you can see in this chart, you have a lot of activity within the first 3 weeks the property goes on the market. Okay, after that it drastically starts dropping, especially right around the 8th week. Okay, the problem with that is, now how do you take the same house and revamp it and make it look like new car all over again? And that's the difficult part. So it's very, very crucial that you don't get into the bind where you're combining the best home in town to end up with a distress sale. Okay.